That was a really aggressive phone vibrate. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have an empties, not a project pan as I've been told. It is different, I get it, it is different. Project pan is not for me. I'm not someone who wants to use things up. I struggle with that. And so most of my empties tend to be kind of bath and body related. I think I do have some random stuff this month, but yeah, it tends to be, and skincare. And often they tend to be a bit of a catch-all for the meh products, because if it's something amazing, I've definitely fit that into a different video. If it was something super disappointing, maybe I never mention it because I'm not going to use it up if it's really, really rubbish. That being said, the first two things that I'm going to mention are actually things that I absolutely 100% would repurchase. The first is this Astral Cream. It is the intensive moisturiser. My friend read in a magazine that Joanna Lumley said she uses this every night, and it's the only thing that she uses. Whether we believe that, a bit like Jane Fonda saying she only uses L'Oreal products, I don't know. Because I think Joanna Lumley was like the face of Astral for a moment, or possibly still is. Either way, she bought a tub of it, said she was really enjoying it. And so I bought a tub of it, and it's really good stuff. I didn't find that it clogged my pores. I used this as a facial moisturiser, and it was thick. Think like original Nivea kind of thick. Over the winter time, I loved this stuff. I'm using something lighter now, but absolutely 100%, I will go back to this when it gets colder again. Because over winter, I mean, this lasted me a solid season. This was really, really good. And it made my face feel like really hydrated, not kind of the dry patches that I'm used to, but not at all extra oily, because I am oily. I have combination. So I've got, you know, I'm 36, so I've got like the dryness around my nose. I've got dryness from using tretinoin. I do have areas that need some thicker moisturiser, but I am still oily, and I didn't find that this made me break out any more than usual. I didn't think that it kind of was too heavy, and yet it was just heavy enough. I don't know, but really, really cheap and cheerful. You can get this from a supermarket. Other end of the spectrum. This was sent to me. It is the Sand and Sky Tasmanian Spring Water Wonder Body Lotion. Now they sent me this at the same time as their body scrub, which is like a little pink pot, and it's a loose one of those really messy ones that you have to use in the shower, because just nightmare. If you use, oh, just even thinking about it, such a fantastic body scrub, but why does it have to be so messy? So you have to like dig it out, and then it's just grains, so they just fall everywhere and you feel like you're wasting half the product. They sent me those at the same time, and I used them consecutively, like together, not consecutively. I used them like always together for a few times. And then I decided I had to start separating them because my legs were the smoothest they'd ever been, and they were lasting the longest, because I've talked about this at length, but if I shave my legs in the morning, they are stubbly by the evening, no matter the time of year. I don't go like months and months without shaving my legs. I know that seems to be the norm, but I shave my legs throughout the year, several times a week. And the combination of the two, combination was the word I was looking for, not consecutive. The combination of the two was some kind of amazing miracle thing. Very expensive way to shave your legs though. Like amazing, amazing. But not something I would be prepared to keep up with if I was shaving my legs 3 times a week. That would be too expensive for me. Maybe not for you, depends on how you want to spend your money. It would be something that maybe I would buy the stuff, and then like once a week, couple of times a month, I would treat myself to a really special leg shave, you know? Anyway, I really enjoy the products separately. I think the real wonder is this. I would probably still buy both of them if there was an offer on, which I have seen some offers of the two of them together recently. I probably would still buy both of the products, and if I could use them both together, all the better. But I think of the two, if I had to pick, this seems to be the thing that made the biggest difference in terms of like keeping that smooth, freshly shaved feeling for a little bit longer. I don't know what's in this. Let's take a look. Hyaluronic acid, I suppose. Aloe vera for touch me skin. I didn't find any kind of like sensitivity, because sometimes when I use something that is really smoothing, it's got like acids in it, and that does not mix well with freshly shaved skin. None of that. Really, really nice scent. Very, very lightweight, absorbed really quickly. Just 10 out of 10 for this. Again, expensive. It's a splurge. Not something I would use all the time. Didn't last that long. Probably, and I mean, I'm still going to be getting the absolute dregs out of this because I hate the packaging. You see, there's still stuff. I've probably got another application in there. I'm not throwing it away yet, but I'm putting it in empties because technically it's empty. I'm going to use that tonight. Treat myself. Something else that was sent to me, and I think I talked about the shampoo not so long ago. Very blah. It's a 10 shampoo and conditioner. Really like their leave-in spray. That's fantastic. If you are looking for a leave-in conditioner that also has a heat protectant, which I often am, I don't always know if I'm going to heat style my hair. 9 times out of 10, I do not do anything to my hair. I will brush it when it's wet, probably cardinal sin, leave it to dry. That's that. Don't even blow dry it most of the time. So if I can use a detangler or a leave-in conditioner that also has a heat protectant, all the better, because if I decide then to use heat on my hair, I don't have to do the whole thing again, you know? I like that it's an additional thing, just in case. I've never found a heat protectant that I like particularly to use on dry hair, and it's just very rare that I will fully style my hair from wet. So, you know, these are specific problems for me, I suppose. But I really do like that. Not a fan of the shampoo and conditioner, just thought they were really, really blah. And my daughter used them as well. She has coloured hair, and I mean, we both have coloured hair now, but neither of us found them to be particularly exciting of all the shampoos and conditioners we've used. Oh, I have another body scrub in here I wanted to talk about. This is a fantastic one. This, I think I was sent one, and then someone gave me one as a gift, and this is one that I purchased myself. This body scrub, so I've got like I should probably do on my blog some kind of like top tiers of body scrubs, because it's one of those things that I feel I really, really love. Something I'm prepared to spend money on is a body scrub. Anyone else? And it's not like I use them all that much, but it all comes down to a better shaving experience if your skin is super, super smooth. But I would say this is really up there, tied top tier with one or two others. And then just below this would be the Sanctuary body scrub. You know, that salt one with the oil. Oh, absolutely fantastic. Very, very similar to that. This is very, very similar to that. There's loads of different fragrances from Rituals. Didn't even say what it was. This is the Rituals of Ayurvedic? Is that Ayurveda? I think that's how you pronounce it. Ayurveda? I don't know. I do remember when I hauled this, I referenced Kate Hudson as the only person I'd heard say that word. Ayurvedic, whatever it is. And someone got very cross because it was like cultural appropriation. They were cross that I was referencing Kate Hudson rather than, you know, the original cultures that, the Ayurvedic culture. I was like, that's not really what I was saying. She mentioned it a lot in her book that I just listened to, because she's very into kind of like Eastern medicines and Eastern practices. So I'm not telling you Kate Hudson invented this. I just want to be super clear. She does talk about Ayurvedic medicine. I'm going to say Ayurvedic. Please, someone tell me I'm wrong. But it's the Rejuvenating Pink Salt Scrub, and it smells delicious. Not delicious, but it smells like spa-like. It does smell really, really nice. And there are other versions if you would like, and they're exactly the same. It's that kind of like oily, really, really scrubby scrub. And everything from Rituals feels like a proper bath time treat. Other end of the scale, Radox. Honestly, it stopped working for me. That was a really aggressive phone vibrate. Radox stopped working for me a little while ago, which was really frustrating. I don't know if they changed it or if if the mental connection stopped working, because surely it didn't do what I thought it was doing. When I had flare-ups of my kind of back and neck pain, this was the only thing for a long time, only like outside influence thing that would really do anything for me at all. Everything else that I used, even deep heat and stuff like that, was like, ugh, seriously, my phone is very loud on vibrate. Nothing else was really doing anything for me. It was really frustrating. And then I tried this and was like, this works. A whole box of this in a hot, hot bath. And I genuinely felt relaxed afterwards. My muscles felt relaxed. Other people told me that it worked for them too. I talked about this for years and it doesn't work for me anymore. Is it because the psychosomatic effect has worn off? Did they change it? I'll never know. But I'm just telling you, there used to be boxes and boxes and boxes of those that I was getting rid of each month. And that's the only one I've had in a while. And it's just not doing it. Couple of Skin and Me vials. Vials? What are they called? Doses. If you're interested, I have a whole video on Skin and Me, and I will leave you a code below where you can get a month for, I think it's like £3.50. And it's like a month's worth of like your own personalised serum. I 100% recommend Skin and Me. It has done wonders for my hyperpigmentation, melasma, whatever you want to call it. It is melasma, but it's basically pigmentation on my face that I've had since I was pregnant last, which is very nearly 11 years ago now. and it works for all kinds of things. Ella is using it as well. I have a second doser that she has, and it has cleared up her acne incredibly. Would highly, highly recommend. I have, only a couple more things left in here, and one of them is a makeup item, can you believe? I have a little miniature of this Willa Henriksen Fat Glow Facial. I really liked this. It reminds me a lot of the baby facial from Drunk Elephant. If you're into that kind of, it's like a chemical exfoliant, but a thick kind of mask chemical exfoliant. So you put it on your face and you just leave it. There's no scrubbing, and it's, imagine like a glycolic acid, but like hardcore mask. So you put it on your face, you let it do its thing, and then you wash it off and your skin feels like baby soft. I love this kind of product. I also have one that I'm using at the moment from Elemis. It's like an enzyme peel, fantastic. This was nice. Not my favourite one I've ever used. Quite easy to get your hands on in the UK, and it's pretty good. I mean, bear in mind, I like a really hardcore, like a tingle. I can look a bit red afterwards. Definitely not been against damaging my skin barrier for a good exfoliation, so don't use me as a benchmark. That's probably a little gentle for my taste. Randomly used up a tiny Bioderma. This was in a travel makeup bag. I had some like travel bits, just all in a bag. Every time I went anywhere for the weekend or if we went away, I would just kind of throw that in with my overnight bag, so I didn't have to kind of like pack. I have like a separate one, and this was in there, used it up. It's fine. I don't think anyone's like massively attached to Bioderma anymore, are they? There's so many micellar waters out there. I've just had this forever. And to be fair, I actually might, now I'm saying this, I might keep this little bottle just because how useful is this for travel? So maybe I'll refill this with something else. I don't tend to use any kind of like makeup remover these days. I tend to take an actual cleanser. But this was my absolute only overnight bag. So this is like I can just throw it in my bag. I don't have to take like a full-size cleanser with me. I don't have to decant a cleanser that I'm using at the moment. This was just, you know, the equivalent of like throwing some wipes in a bag. So maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. I could always use this for something else, but it's just not something I would ever think to repurchase these days. And the last thing I want to talk about is this. And the reason is I tried to use it today and realized it is dead. So I'm just going to talk about it. The NYX Liquid Black Liner. I used to love this. It's just done in now, completely. It was good while it was good. Even on my hand now, this is the craziest thing. On my hand, it's still beautiful, still great, perfect. When I'm putting it on my eye, it's almost like an oil and water situation. So now I'm wondering, maybe actually it's not dead and it doesn't work anymore for my eyes. Because I was just like, well, it's old and it's finished, but that looks fine to me. So I was putting it on my eye, and as I was putting it on, it was just kind of separating. And maybe I have oily lids, maybe I do. But I did really like this. It lasted pretty well. I liked the way that it applied. But I'm taking back any kind of recommendation because now I don't know. I don't know. Also, on top of that, just to kind of like even it out, I'm trying to pull things that I don't usually use. I pulled out the Benefit roller liner, which I haven't used in a very long time. And I just kind of like touched that up over the top just because that looked terrible. Just to even it all out. And it has transferred onto my brow bone so much already today, and I haven't even been wearing it much. I just, before this video, had to like wipe off so much of it. Not a fan. But I do want to get back into liquid liner. Just this easy liquid liner. Can't really do a wing so much now because my eyes are getting more and more hooded. I know that there are workarounds, but I am too lazy for that. And one of my eyes is considerably more hooded than the other. It's a whole thing. It is a whole thing. I'm looking past you into a mirror being like, yeah, this eye, I mean, I also think partly it's not that this eye is, I mean it is, but it's not that this eye is more hooded than the other. It's that this eye, this brow, naturally wants to lift all the time. So this eyebrow just always is like, inquisitive, I wonder. And this eyebrow's like, never, can't, don't wonder about anything, ever. So I think part of it is just that my eyebrow actually is naturally lifting my eye. Thoughts. Anyway, that is it for today's empties. Hopefully this has been entertaining, useful, interesting, one of the above. I will attempt to list everything for you below. Will I do it? Time will tell. But possibly. If you're interested and I haven't, ask me a question and I will answer it. You can always DM me on Instagram. Otherwise, thank you for watching and I will see you guys next time.